All right, I'm going to do a little demonstration of the LUMORA Custom Bolus. So this is the sheet form. This particular sheet size is 15 by 15 centimeters, 0.5 centimeter thick or 5 millimeters. I actually have in contrast a 0.5 centimeter gel bolus. Typical gel bolus happens to be the skin type. So, we might use that type of bolus, and we all know the challenges of trying to get the gel bolus to conform to a shape, something like you're seeing here. I just can't really get it done. I suppose if I put enough tape or something, I could achieve the result I'm after. But I'm always fighting, the drapability of gel balls. In many instances, gel balls works well, but you just hit that one little edge, or it just starts to become a hassle pretty quickly. So we have the traditional gel balls, easy to get. Everybody has it, works, does its job. But here we have the LUMORA Custom Bolus. So it's also flexible. So this is it in its preformed state. So this is the sheet as it comes. It'll come packaged and sealed and everything. This has just been taken out. So as you can see, it's moldable, flexible, and it remains that way even after it's molded. So it's it really has some cool properties to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it in the water bath. The neat thing is it floats in the water bath. So it works in the dry heat oven as well, but I'm just using a water bath here today. We happen to have it on. So I'm putting it on, and it's just going to float on top. So I'm going to go down and stick to the sheet or anything like that. It's going to float right on top. And it's going to do its activation next few minutes. I'm going to look for it to come clear near the outside. Then I'll go ahead and shape it to my little phantom head, and we'll take a look at how that works. All right, so the LUMORA bolus is beginning to activate. We're starting to see the translucency. So it's semi-translucent to begin with, so you can always kind of see through it. But it gets really clear when it starts to activate. And that's how we know how far. So here I've got, 3 millimeters of activation beginning on the outside. The interior is also heating up and getting ready to be moldable. I'm going to wait for that translucency to come in about a centimeter to a centimeter and a half. And I want to make sure that I see some clear around the edge, approximately a centimeter or so. And then the little bit of semi-transparency in the middle, and that's kind of a nuance or a trick to activating it. So a little trick. So this has already been in the water bath for about a minute and a half, and I think I'm going to give it another minute and a half or so, and we'll check back, and I'll show you what the translucency activation looks like for my application today. All right, so about a minute has gone by since I last checked in, and I'm getting that about 1 centimeter very clear translucent activation, and generally translucent. This is when I need to take it out. So I don't like to put my fingers in the hot water, so I take these little tweezers, take them out. Now, you have a good amount of time with it because it is there. So now there is the activated LUMORA, and it is a little bit sticky. So what I'm going to do is I don't want to deform it or change the shape. I just want to place it where I want to put it. So in my case, I'm going to go here. Just trying to show you the workability for molding and how we can get such detail. Making sure I can see through. I know if the fit is correct on this particular phantom head. The other thing I'm doing is there's no need to really press or deform it. I'm just going to gently drape it on. And if the stickiness of the LUMORA is undesirable, a sheet can be placed and then you'll mold it to that. In this case, it's no problem. So I'm going to mold it and get the detail. So this particular phantom has some of these eyes. I'm going to try and do a little technique I found helpful where I'll take a small tool and gently mold press to get those details. And again, this is all happening, I'm not suggesting that this is a way you would put bolus on. I'm just putting it on in kind of a, more of a scalp scenario to demonstrate really the difference between the gel bolus and a customized bolus. So this is now, I'm happy with how it's molded. Don't need to touch it anymore. I'm just gonna make sure these edges are in. I got a good picture there. I see that I've got contour, so I can look and check if I'm happy with, you know, contact, whether there's air underneath, gaps, so on. So I'm happy with that. So this is now going to cool another few minutes, and we'll come back and look at the completed LUMORA bolus. All right, so the activation process is completed. The LUMORA bolus is formed, it's set, and now I'm going to take it off for the first time. So I just take it and remove it. It's not like I have to be very gentle or anything. Just take that off. And there we have the molded bolus. We have the features there, and once again, keeps its memory. See there, obviously you're going to be a little more gentler with it than that, but there it is. So we can place it back. We should see that fit that we're looking for. Now, here's what's cool. We may want to trim this. So that's just a basic pair of scissors. Now, I had an opportunity, I could trim it before, of course, but maybe after I'm like, well, maybe I want to clean it up. So let me show you how easy that is. So we just simply take it, standard pair of scissors, and easily cut. Actually ended up with a dull pair, but aren't they all? So here we go. I'm going to trim that up. I'm just arbitrarily cleaning up the edges. There we go. So you can make small little trims, bigger cuts. Say here, I want to maybe round off my sharper edges. Not because they'll be uncomfortable per se, just looks better. And I'm handling it. There we go. Okay, we'll do that. And so I've done just some trimming around the edges. And just find my fit. And we're good. So next I think I should make a mask and put that over top, which is also a common practice where we would like to take that bolus, incorporate it inside of the mask. The mask is just going to, again, hold that in shape and mold over the patient, as masks do. I'm going to use one of our X-band masks. This particular one comes with eye holes. So this is a drape and form mold type mask. So incorporates onto our Freedom system here that I'm using today with our little phantom head. So I'm going to throw it in the water bath, and I'm going to pull this mask, and we will have an opportunity to see, you know, a mask in combination with the bolus. But just for reference, bolus is easy to fit. It has contouring. Place it, give it a little bit of shimmy, and we're in. And I'll place the mask next. All right, so X-band thermoplastic mask is one of our trademark features and technology. Is the honeycomb shape in the mask. Helps create rigidity and you know, reinforcement through a uniform method and a very structural shape. So, and the finished mask looks pretty interesting as well. So place that in, and we'll give that a couple of minutes, and we're ready to form it on top of our phantom head with bolus. Okay, so the immobilization mask is prepared. It's ready. I'm going to remove it. Nothing different about using CDR masks than you're used to. They follow pretty standard protocols. They have a wide range of application. So again, I'm going to place the X-band mask like so. Eye holes over the eyes. I realize we have bolus in the way, but that's all right. Stretch that mask down. And there we go. So now, just mold this to the bolus and the patient. So we're going to have, so I was able to visually confirm through the translucency of the bolus that it's in the location I want it. Now I'm forming this really nice hex mask around the bolus, and it's underneath, and so that's going to create a further verification of where the bolus should be placed. And if I want, it'll stick a little bit to the mask, so it can stay as part of the mask, so it can be fit together, or it can be done in a separate operation. I'm going to aim for pressing it in and having it kind of bond to the mask. And here, I think I'm going to go for that. But it's your choice. There's things you can do to ensure that it doesn't do that. But I think for today, I'm going to focus on that. So I realized we have eye holes. It's just the mask that was available. I just grabbed it. Must be from one of the other demos that happened earlier today. So I'm going to mold this as usual. and we'll come back to this mask in a few minutes and show the finished product with bolus integrated mask. Okay, so the mask has cooled. It's gone through its activation stage, and we have it molded. So we're going to remove that mask, and first time it is going to be a little sticky to our little phantom head, but it shouldn't be too bad. And there we have it. So like I mentioned earlier, the bolus is going to stay in place inside the mask. If we want, I can remove it also. It's removable. And then in the case that we remove it, you would place your formed LUMORA bolus into position, get it on there. It's very straightforward because it's custom molded. Make sure, some adjustments. Good. And then take my mask, bring it over, and that's going to further reinforce my bolus positioning. Just like that. There we have it. Bolus integrated to a mask. One application. Bolus is used in so many different scenarios, so this is just one of hundreds of different possibilities where you might be calling on bolus. But almost in each and every case, if it's custom shaped, it's going to save you time, give you more assurance that it's where you need it to be, and going to function like the plan intends for the bolus to interact with the beam and move that dose up where it needs to be.